Hi, I'm Nathaniel Johnston from Johnston Photography. Today we're going to be reviewing the new Sony A5000 for focus camera. The A5000 is the newest version of Sony's long lineup of NEX cameras. It's an interchangeable lens, APS-C sensor. APS-C sensors are smaller than full-frame sensors, but a lot larger than your average consumer camera. The kit lens that comes with the Sony A5000 seems like a pretty good little lens. It goes from fairly wide to fairly tight in just a short throw of the wheel, which I like, and it seems fairly sharp. The Sony A5000 has a lot of interesting little special effects built in, including selective color. You can choose which colors you want to leave in. It's not quite sensitive enough to catch the more muted green of the signpost over there, but it did catch the brighter green of the leaves. This camera boasts a flip-out 180-degree LCD screen, but it's got an obnoxious countdown. When I hold the camera out and take a picture, it insists on making me wait for 3 seconds before it takes a picture. Because I don't like that feature unless I'm setting the camera up on a tripod and actually trying to do like a group photo. But the video is fun. I just set it up on something like this, and now I can talk. I can be my own news person. And I can tell you how very cold it is in New York City today. The high ISO photos that I'm taking seem fairly good for today's cameras. They don't seem to be outstanding by any stretch of the imagination, and I can definitely see the compression in the camera's JPEGs. So the A5000 is not going to set any new benchmarks in terms of photo quality, but it has a pop-up flash, and I like that. So this camera is designed by Sony to be lighter and a little more user-friendly than some of the older models. And I have to say, it is a little bit lighter, but the weight difference is not that big. It's a good feeling camera. If you're used to the little Sony NEX ones, this is definitely going to make you feel right at home. I wasn't a big fan about the actual feedback of the buttons. They're a little too light for me, and I was inadvertently bumping them and going into menus that I didn't want to be in at the time. My biggest problem with the Sony A5000 is that it feels too light and too flimsy. My old NEX5 is definitely a little bit heavier, but it's built really solidly. The A5000 feels a little more delicate, and I'd be concerned about damaging it if I was too rough with it. I love the pop-up screen. It's great. I also am a huge fan of the pop-up flash, which its older brother, the NEX5, did not have. There's a screw-on flash that you can carry around and maybe break, and it's one other piece of equipment you have to worry about. It's really nice to just have a flash in here when you need it, so that if you're at a party and it's dark, you can still get the photo. Another thing that I wasn't too crazy about was the fact that there are actually 3 zoom controls on the camera. I'm not sure what Sony was thinking when they built 3 into the camera, 2 specifically on the outside of the lens. I think that 1, maybe 2 is enough. And then again, I'm not a camera manufacturer, so maybe Sony knows something that I don't. The screen doesn't seem as bad as I'm hearing some people say. In fact, it seems like a good screen. I like the warm tones that it has. However, as you rotate it forward and start looking at it at more of an extreme angle, the color does do some funky things. But honestly, I wouldn't worry about it, because how often are you going to be trying to review your photos at an angle like that? No, you're going to look at the screen dead on. There are currently around 24 lenses for this particular line of cameras. Whoop! They pop right off, pop right on. It's really, really nice to have an interchangeable lens camera because it gives you so many different options. One of the good things that all the cameras are boasting these days is Wi-Fi connectivity. This one has it. You can sync this camera up to your smartphone, take a picture, and send the photo to your phone so that you can post it online. Pretty soon you'll be able to just post it from the camera, but until then, you've got your smartphone. So in closing, my final thoughts about the Sony A5000 are this. It's a great camera for the price point. There's nothing really exceptional about it, but it does have some good features that I like. Thanks for watching this focus camera review. I'm Nathaniel Johnston, Johnston Photography. If you'd like to see some more of my work, you can check out my website, njohnstonphotography.com. I'll see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe and like us.